Hello, my name is Chris. 8 years ago, I retired from my teaching job, but sadly, a week before my retirement, my husband died very suddenly and without any warning. And so I had to start a completely new life without him. I continued to go to my local church. I met up with some friends, joined clubs, and generally got very busy, filling up every moment of the day. I also have 2 lovely sons and 5 beautiful grandchildren who've helped to fill that gap that my husband left. Then 2 years ago, I moved to Hailsham. I joined Hailsham Parish Church and made lots of new friends. I joined the choir, attended some groups and other activities in the town as well. And once again, life became very busy. And then lockdown. First thing that came into my head was, what on earth am I going to do with my time? How am I going to cope here on my own? And sometimes I had days when I really didn't want to go on. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. And I cried out to God, where are you in all of this? But you know, the wonderful thing about being a Christian is I know God heard my cries and he answered them in the most amazing ways. Too many to tell you now. And I also know that whatever happens in my life and through all the changes, Jesus never changes. Because I read in the Bible, in Hebrews 13 verse 8, that Jesus is the same yesterday, today and forever. And I remember singing about that when I was little. And all the promises that God makes in his word, he never breaks. And there are so many times when I have witnessed that. My feelings often do let me down. They're all over the place. But Jesus remains faithful and true. And he's seen me through the most difficult times in my life. And he's provided and cared for me in so many ways. But during these last few weeks, Psalm 23, which I'm sure we all know very well, has become very special. I love that thought that Jesus is my shepherd and I'm his little lamb. And in verse 4, we read, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And there is a big shadow hanging over all of us through this pandemic. But I know that whatever happens, Jesus will be there with me, wherever I am and wherever I go. And my prayer for you today is that you will too find that same hope and comfort and confidence in Jesus, my shepherd and my saviour. Thank you.